everyone to the Get Established. So we get ready to kick off. We got a conversation today. Everybody gonna know and want to be a part of. Everybody talking anyway. But we're gonna keep it talking. Don't forget to share the video. You guys come in, you got some friends that want to get on, share the video. I'm also gonna have the link. It's gonna be the first, should be the first comment in the chat. And that will give you an opportunity to come in live with a live comment or a live question. We appreciate y'all being in the community tonight. And we about to get this thing started. You know how we do. On the what? Good day, everyone. Welcome to the Get Established show. I am Big. You also got on the panel tonight, Shine, my man Chilla. And in for D Jones tonight, we got one of our favorite fill-ins, Big Ro. So we're going to kick it off today. We're going to be talking about gossiping. Y'all know how it works. Y'all know how it goes. So let's get this thing popping. Everyone, I want to welcome you to the show if you're on YouTube or if you're with us on Facebook. Welcome, come in and share the show. Thank you, guys.
Yes, today's show is called Gospel. And this is a question that we are saying in the Black community, a lot of people do a lot of gospel. And the thing is, sometimes when people put something out there and people go out and gospel and then later to come find out it ain't true, it's hard to retract some of the information that's been lingering around like a fire, burning up, because it's like it's easy for us to hear something and run with it and hear something and go out here and just share it with everything. Even everything is going on social media. When you see stuff like Diddy right now, everybody's gospeling. Unless we have heard something, but a lot of us have not been in his parties. A lot of us have not seen the baby oil or whatever. We can only assume, but whatever the information they give us, we gospel, either if it's true or not. And that goes on to even people you know. You might hear something and you think it's facts, but you will go out there and spread rumors or information or false information or might be true information. So today's topic is about gospeling, and we're just going to get in it about it. So let's roll.
Yeah, man. The two major words in gossip right now is Jaguar right. Oh, like word. I mean, like anything she can say about what's going on with these people, man. She is jumping on there live, man. Like it's out of control, man. And and the thing about it is you got it chopped up in these sections with these reels, from TikTok and everything, man. And that's a form of gospel, just sharing those, man. It's wild out here. Man, people tend to forget, man. People got families out here. Kids got to deal with this stuff. Cousins, aunts, uncles, grandmothers, grandfathers. I mean, fathers, everybody, man. It's just a shame that, how you give somebody some information and they twist it to put a little spin on it to make it interesting and tell it to somebody else, man. It's crazy out here right now.
But the first thing that what people do is like, I mean, sometimes they don't even. It's the when they get the information incorrect is the thing, because it's like all it takes is a little word to come in that's switched that'll make somebody say, okay, well, hey, it's one thing, from one person. Then when it gets down to about the 10th, 12th person, it's a whole different story based off of one word that was incorrect. And it's like, okay, well, hey, we dealing with this. And it's like, all right, how is, first of all, the person that's being taught about, going to be pictured or looked at as that. And then it's like, okay, well, then the person who gives the information, how are they going to be portraying themselves as, okay, well, hey, look, I ain't one to gossip. You ain't heard from me, but this, that, and the third, and all that stuff. So now it's all blown up. So this is the stuff that we talk about, And
man, case in point, over the weekend, like the big thing, in the city, shout out to my Manor High School alum, but Maury beat the brakes off of Mount's football team Friday night. First, they said the first post was 103-0. Then it was said that they took the last touchdown away and it was 97-0. Then you had people talking about the coach should have stopped the game. The other coach should have stopped the game. I mean, it was so many, so many different stories about how it got to that score, this, that, and the other. Just big up to Cletus Cassidy. He jumped on the live on Saturday to try and clear up some of the misunderstandings and things out there, whatever. And I mean, it was just crazy. Like, how could you even, because even my first thought was like, man, why such and such ain't stopped the game? And people say all these things, not even thinking about the fact that somebody parent might be on the timeline, somebody aunt might be on the timeline, students on the timeline. It ain't just Facebook, IG, Snap, all of this going around, man. And you don't even have the story, don't even understand what happened, what actually happened. I mean, it's a lot of things that took place, but just the 5 or 6 different stories that were floating about the game. And at one point it was all in one chat. Like, it was crazy.
I heard it. It's funny you said that because I heard it was 110. And I was like, before I repeat that, let me go check the score myself.
I'm not gonna tolerate no Mustang disrespect. I'm not gonna do that. Nobody score no 110. We're not doing that.
I heard it was one. I mean, that's the rumor. That's what I'm saying. That's what I heard.
I'm just saying, coming from alum from a school that ain't win a game in 3 years. Let's not do that. Let's just understand. But I mean, yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy. At 110, it could have been 210, but just the circumstances surrounding it was just ill.
Yeah, I was looking at the book and I seen it was like 107 to a goose egg, and I was like,
goose egg, bro. 80 players against 25, man. That could happen. That could potentially happen.
I would say this though, Ro, on you, man. You made a valid point about people not being considerate of the parents or the children. You know what I'm saying? They have no sympathy. And a lot of times people gospel, even if they got social media and they on Facebook or stuff like that. Huh?
You said what? What? You said being compassionate for the parents of the kids.
Yeah. I mean, I'm saying people are not compassionate. What I'm saying is this. They get on these Facebook and make these posters and say negative things about people, and that's hurtful because you got a lot of individuals, like you said, their children, their mama to watch this, and this is not fair for people. A lot of times, I mean, some people do it just to get views. Some people just to have the, to be up here like some news reporter or somebody giving all the info, or just be up here like Wendy Williams. And you look at Wendy Williams at this very moment. The same thing she built her career on, going around gossiping about somebody. Now she's having physical issues and stuff, and she wants her privacy. But she didn't give people privacy when she was getting all her popularity off of going off on people and digging in people information. I even remember it was a case with Method Man, wife had cancer or something in that nature. And she linked it out in the family, and they didn't even want that information linked out because she had to, got this information, and she went out and did that, man. That was messed up because that was their moment of their privacy. And her wife didn't want all the family members and everybody to know, but she jumped out there, she just jumped out there and did that. And these people like now, it's like, we these Jerry Springer people, we like to spring up and do stuff. People got burning ears just to hear negativity. They want to hear people go off and people fight. And it's like you got one person and one person there. Yeah, man, he said this about you. Then he run over here. Yeah, man, he said this about you. People like to start fires and start wars. So you're looking at stuff, all this social media and gossiping. We just like little children. I mean, when you you don't care. We should be at a state of mind that gossiping is a childish thing that we do, but it's like no matter what age you are, people just love the entertainment or just to hear something dirty on somebody or just to be entertained and hear something negative. And I mean, it's very rare you hear somebody gossiping good news about somebody. It's always some bad information that got somebody did something and then they go around talking about this person, but they never want nobody to talk about them. It's like when you put a spotlight on them, they get all mad. But once it's somebody else that negativity is about, oh yeah, man, the fire keep going, the fire keep going, the fire keep going. And like just saying, just saying that information, you don't know how this affect a child that's up there listening to their mama or their daddy or the father got to hear his daughter or something happen, and people just pushing that social media out there saying all this negative stuff. You don't know the effect. That could be trauma to somebody. But you don't, we're not compassionate about that. We just want to hear somebody say something negative. We want to see somebody fight. We love to see these shows like Atlanta Housewives and everybody doing some conniving stuff. And that's a very, very negative image for us as, being Black. To see this is how women interact with each other. This is how men interact with each other. This is a programming mechanism for us to do the things we do, the gospel, to hurt one another. And like I said, this show is about building community, to build each other.
I got a comment that I got to add because I agree with this so much because
go ahead.
Paul Freeman says in sports, don't penalize the winner. And my thing, and not that what you were saying was wrong about some of the things that people were, if they saying some really derogatory things, because these are kids, but at the same time, we are in a world where everybody want to be pampered. We bring up these weak individuals. We wonder why they weak when they become adults. These kids went out and they did the best they could. And from my understanding, and I don't have facts, so what I'm saying is gossip right now, what I'm about to say. From what I know, these kids were basically 9th and 10th graders, like a JV team. They don't even have a JV team that feeds into the school. They don't have it. They got 20 to 25 players. And I'm gossiping right now, like I said, because this is the information that I got from the street. I haven't done any research on this particular part. But that's the word that's on me, and that's why they got smashed because, Maury, man, they running a D1 program over there. I mean, like a college D1 program. They brought 80 players with them. Do you know they never got tired? So, I mean, what Paul's comment, I agree. Just like they say, getting the beat down sometimes build some character. Go make
definitely build character.
Working with,
yes, sir.
I mean, it shows where the program needs to be looked at, and hey, those spots need to be filled. Recruitment, some kind of incentive to bring more players in needs to be produced so that you can have a full ensemble of players.
Well, see, that Ro was telling me that they fired the coach. They had a bond with the kids. Am I right, Ro? Or is this gossip too?
No, I ain't hearing nothing about them being fired. I don't know the circumstances surrounding it. Like my man, like the homie Cletus Cassidy was on a live, and y'all could probably go back to his timeline if it's still up there and take a look at it. He described the circumstances around it, but I don't remember him saying anything about anybody getting fired. But it was a coaching change. I don't know the circumstances surrounding the coaching change, but it was a coaching change. It was done late, and during the process of trying to find the new coach, a lot of players kind of went, kind of jumped in the transfer portal, so to speak. Mm-hmm. But, again, no need to keep dwelling on that. That was just that's a whole nother conversation. But
right.
But the gossip, just the gossip surrounding it is crazy.
Right. Let me bring in I see we got C Murder that's probably got a question or a comment to join the panel, so I'm gonna bring her in.
Come on in.
See Murder?
Y'all can hear me.
We can hear you.
Yeah.
How you doing tonight?
The administrator.
Great. What's your question or comment?
Is this about the Manor and Maury thing?
Have you been on from the beginning of the show?
No, I've just heard.
All right, well, we're gonna put you back down, and when we get a little further in the show, you got another question or comment, we're gonna bring you back in. All right.
Okay, cool.
All right. Thank you.
But look, I mean, I know y'all talking about the game. I heard a little bit about it, but from somebody's perspective, is one of my dear friends. You see him comment out here. I'm not gonna get deep into it, But even what they were saying even from the minor team, man, these dudes were like JV players playing, seniors and stuff. So I mean, it was already, it's like all us up here playing against some little elementary school players. Basically, that's how they beat the boys like that. These won't even nobody from what I'm understanding. I won't there. I don't know. Like I said, it might just be gospel, but they were just playing like these were children playing seniors, full-blown seniors, like playing down there college cat out on the field. So it's like you looking at the score. I mean, come on, man. It's like us going to the little elementary school and playing football and we blowing them out. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, everything ain't fair. It's like you said, it's sport. Come on, man. It is what it is.
We gossiping now.
That's what I'm saying. It is what it is. We gossiping. I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, we gossiping there.
It's gossiping now. But I mean,
it's infectious. It's infectious, man. I mean, it's like a disease, man. You because you programmed in your mind. Even though it's good intentions in your mind, but you thinking like, okay, well, hey, the circumstances in which happened, it's like, well, dang, why it happened, maybe like in Rose's case, it's like, okay, well, hey, this is my alum, this my school, so I feel some kind of way about that. I feel a little bit about that, so and maybe in our mind we like, well, dang, dog, y'all took a hit, man, took an L, so we like might go on to the side or somebody like, look, nah, your boy, his school took an L, dog. So hey, just be in your mind. You like you say you ain't thinking that it's like that, but it wind up being like that. You say, okay, well, dog, be cool, man, because my dog, he gonna do it, and they go around.
I'm gonna say this, man. I commend the kids because how easy it is for some teenage young men to say, I done had enough at 60, at 70, at 80, and just walked off the field. The generation that we got right now, for these kids to stay in that game and still go out there down after they getting blown off, that says something about them. And it says something maybe about their parents.
Yeah. Let me redirect.
I'm proud of the kids. They got skull drug out there, but I'm proud of them because they stayed in it. I mean, honestly, everybody done took a whooping. We done gave some whoopings. We done took some whoopings. We can come back. The story always changes, but that's what it is. So let's move forward. Let's talk about the impact. I mean, we know we got some major things going on right now. I meant to say this earlier in the show, and forgive me for this. I just want everyone to continue to be praying for the people that were impacted in Florida, Georgia, and all the surrounding areas by these two horrific hurricanes, and that also breeded tornadoes that have demolished people's homes and had several casualties. So we can keep them in our thoughts and prayers. I appreciate it. You know what I'm saying? Definitely. Absolutely. Yeah. But back to what we're talking about, there's two major things that's going on right now that's being talked about, and it's full of gossip. And Ro opened the show with talking about Jaguar Wright. Now, let me say this. Typically, when people are high-powered individuals, when someone creates an opportunity for gossip, there is a particular, I'm not going to say her name, but there's a particular YouTuber that's out, and she made some claims against Cardi B. Okay. And she is like a YouTube version of Wendy Williams. Well, Cardi B was like, that's not true. Took her to court, sued her, and won $5 million.
That wouldn't be a conservative boasting.
It's not that one. It's not who you're thinking about.
Oh, okay.
I bet you don't even know this one. We'll talk about it after. But I don't throw I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna put the names out there. If you know who it is, If you don't, you can look it up. The thing about it, what I'm saying, this is a fact. You can look up who did Cardi B sue and win $5 million. Look that up. That'll give you the answer. But there's also, we've got those instances that happen. But right now, we've got two big things going on. And like Ro was saying, Jaguar Wright. P. Diddy Puff Daddy, Sean Combs is in a lot of trouble right now. I'm sure there's a lot of fact that's included in what's going on in his case. And I'm sure there's a ton of rumors because before Cassie made her claim, I didn't hear about any. Did anybody else hear about any lawsuits?
No.
You don't hear about any lawsuits before then?
Not outside of the music business. No lawsuits pertaining to
these that are tied to what's going on right now. So we didn't hear anything about anything, but as soon as they found out that she won, now I'm not saying it's not something that's legitimate, but I know it's got to be something that's illegitimate too. But they're riding the train right now. And but this is my question to everyone, to the chat, to the panel, to C Murder that's waiting backstage. Why has Jaguar Wright not been sued?
Interesting. It's interesting.
Knowing the names of some of the most powerful people in the industry and telling specifically what they're doing.
They said Tevin Campbell did supposed to have been recently putting a lawsuit out on her from gossiping about it. So I did hear that much. But this the thing. She's very entertaining.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know because she knows so much. And that's the shocking, like she knows so much. And then you got the bodyguard Gene, he knows so much. And the funny thing is he be saying some off the wall stuff that, I caught him, I seen him with this and I'm like, for you to witness so much, was you part of some of that stuff? I mean, you be seeing a lot of off-wall stuff that, sexually and stuff, and you man with man type stuff, and you always saying you was there, you peeped, and this came out, and this, and I'm like, for you to be witnessing so much, did you exclude yourself out of this situation? I mean, that's weird too, because if I keep seeing stuff like that and it bothers me, and they seeing stuff, they comfortable with you seeing all this stuff. And you keep gossiping. Every show you get on, you talking about it. You always on a new platform. You talking about it. You constantly talking about it. And Jaguar is the same way. And I ain't saying nothing wrong with what she's saying because she did call Diddy out. And some of the stuff she started calling out, it came true. So it's like, wow, but to me, first of all, it's gospel and entertainment. It's something to say, like a Arsenio Hall say, make you think. I don't know. But, to see her that knows she was an artist and she been around some of these people and she go ahead and say these things, you don't know what. Well, she got information of all these people, somebody around them linking her this information because somebody called her out, Christopher Williams. He called her out and Gene backed up his claim saying that wasn't him because he said she came out of pocket. Because that ain't him. And she would and Gene said it was a dude that looked like him, and the girl mistakenly thought it was him, but it wasn't him. But she got up here gossiping about that man, and that man had to straighten that out. You see what I'm saying?
You know what? That's funny that you said it because Gene Deal, which was a former bodyguard for Bad Boy, and then Jaguar Wright. Jaguar Wright, for y'all that don't know, she was the voice on the Song Cry.
Song Cry.
Oh, Jay-Z song.
She a singer. She a singer. She was
she's definitely she can sing too.
She had an album.
Am I right or wrong?
She done some.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Some of the Roots songs jamming too.
Yeah. Let's just say she.
Her album is definitely dope. Her album is dope.
Look, but going back to what you were talking about, where she don't catch the fire. When she was interviewed on what's that, Piers Morgan show, and he caught the blowback from that.
Right.
That's because the only reason why I say that is because she wasn't given a big enough platform at the time to really get noticed by those in a higher echelon. You know what I mean? See, back when she talking on these little podcasts and stuff where everybody talking to her and it's like, okay, well, that's nothing because they ain't worried about people saying, oh, well, hold on, if she go on a big national platform where it's somebody really has a wider, broader audience, then that's when people gonna start thinking, well, hold up, maybe, just maybe, what she's saying has a little validity in it. So that's why they had to talk to the man who had the balls enough to put her on and say, hey, don't do that. We don't want you to do that.
Well, why not sue her?
I mean, because I look at it like this. They probably say she ain't got nothing like talking about it. So why sue her?
Go ahead, Ro. You about
Well,
to
this
say.
is the thing. Some things don't need to be entertained. And you know, with the person, especially with some of the people that she's calling out, one of them being Jay-Z. You know, Jay's strategic in everything he does, just from the outside looking in. Very strategic, doesn't act off of emotion. And you know, probably trying to figure out how to reel it in. A lot of times, if you address something that you consider not true, silence is the key. You get all wound up, then people might say you trying to hide something because you all wound up.
Exactly.
I mean, you know, I think it's all strategic. Just the whole timing of everything. I mean, we got an election coming up, right? We got to choose the leader of the free world here shortly. So so with all of this, you know, all the focus on this, and you got Gene Deal been on he been putting out videos for the last 3 years that where I've been seeing him come across YouTube. Jaguar Wright, been seeing her over the last year. You know, and everybody got something to say about this, that, and the third. If you saw these atrocities taking place, if you witnessed it, if you know somebody that was directly involved and you care for that individual, if it was that serious, why not blow the whistle on it? So, you know, you kind of gotta, just kind of assess the whole situation, and, you know, hopefully the truth will come out. I don't think it's going to be any like solid truth to come out. I think it's going to be, we're going to have this election, and by the time the inauguration come around, it's going to be a bunch of settlements taking place and non-disclosure agreements all over the place, and then we're going to be off to talking about something else. So, you know, and what, you know, my question to y'all is this. If, for example, Big and I having a conversation amongst each other, let's say about Shine, is that gossiping, or is that just having a conversation? What makes it just a conversation, and what makes it gossip? Is it the untruth or the bending of the truth that makes it gossip, or is it just a conversation, man? Because, you know, gossip tearing up families, bro.
Yeah,
it's the
families.
Content. It's the content. It's whatever that content is about. If it's
and the intent too.
Well, yeah, the content and the intent. If it's not to build me up, if it's to tear me down, or at least if it's to point out a flaw in me, you know, and if I feel some way about that flaw, say for instance, if it's you know, my beard is my beard ain't
it's
gray
black.
or something like
Your
that.
beard is black all the time.
And if I feel personal about that, then yeah, that's something that, you know, that would be considered negative. But I mean, you know, that's small things, small changes.
Yeah,
but I mean,
I was trying to ask Big what color is it, because I wanted to try it out to see if it'll work for me, not some years off on me or something. Chris ain't got a word, Chill ain't got a word about it. But you know, I like to rock my joint. I'm just trying to see if I can get that shine shade.
Oh my gosh! Hey, look, man.
He
uses
all I can say is
he got that soap. It's this soap that he used that, you know,
I use
turns it black soap, over a period of time. He used that funny soap.
I use
a soap bar they was advertising
soap
that you can use in your hair, help your hair after a period of time.
I
And he
use
used that soap on
I
his
use I use
Don't
beard.
tell nobody.
I
Don't
use
tell nobody.
Hey, this is gospel, man.
Don't tell nobody
I
what it
use
is.
beard shampoo and softener, and then I go and throw the you know the
All right,
nice lather and nice lotion, nice beard lotion up there to make it feel nice and soft. You know
all
what I
right,
mean?
Akeem.
We got
Juice
a
and
Hey,
very.
y'all want me to be loosened up, so I'm loosening.
I got a comment in from Dion Boone. The thing is, industry gossip and local gossip are not the same. Knowing what I know about the industry, I put nothing past no entertainer. I keep
True.
telling them, stop trying to include celebrities in unity.
Mm-hmm.
But it's
Yeah.
like with that, when you hear some things, some people emotionally attached to these artists, so they act like these artists are their relatives or their children or their cousins, and you know they get emotional behind it. I mean, like when somebody say something about Beyonce, you got a beehive that will come out and attack people social media and go, and it could be true, it could be whatever, but they attack. So it's like, you know, you got people when you put these people on platforms and they worship these people and they like the idols to them. So it's like, you know, and that's go with sports. I trip out people with sports. They will fight over their team, fight over the quarterback, fight over the wide receiver. You get locked up. You call the owner, you call the players up there. They don't know you. They're gonna hang the phone up. And they ain't like they're gonna bond you out of jail, but you out like this your family member. You so wind up into it. It's a game. It's entertainment. So it's like if they win or lose, it's all day long. It's entertainment. But we get caught up in these things people say. We get caught. Some people get offended. Some people just want to hear it. It is what it is. We just like we just like to hear things. Some people just love the what you call it when you love chaos, when you love drama. There you go. They just love the drama. Some people love the drama, and the drama is so entertaining. They love to see something, you know, to just keep them wind up all the time. Do you know people come home at certain time, go, she said this, and she's sleeping with such and such husband. So they got to watch a reality show because they love the drama. They love it. They like dope fiends. They got to get the hit when they turn on the TV. They got to get this smack on.
Hey, look, like this. I'm gonna go with something that you often say, Chris. Remember when you like, okay, well, if something happened with somebody in a fight or something like that, you know, before they break it up, the first thing they do is grab a phone and turn on their camera and take a picture, a video of that fight and stuff going on. So then next thing you know, they spreading that all throughout social media and for the world to see. So that's a form of gossip too. You know what I mean? Just to put it out there so the world could see, you know. I mean, though it may be actual footage, but it's like nobody knows what started it. Nobody knows what led to it, and nobody took the time to try to fix it and make sure that nobody, you know, being looked at like, oh, dang, they crazy, looking wild out here.
I think right now we're in the biggest season of gossip, and moving like, you know, Ro mentioned earlier, with the political season. I mean, we got the leader of the free world, as it's called, currently. That's, you know, that's on the table now. In the next couple of weeks, we'll be you know, voting on that. But they in these political ads, everything in these political ads is not true.
Exactly.
Everything
well, that's biggest little, but
so how can you determine when you hear something like a political ad, how can you determine what's true from what's gossip?
Research.
But I mean, most times you know it's gonna be slander going back and forth about each candidate. Go ahead, Chris.
But this is the funny thing, like you was just saying. Why do they gotta attack each other? Why they gotta put false information out on each other? Why it's like a war? Why is up there slandering? You got commercials with them. Well, he did this and he did it, or she's not this and she is like, why? And people, and we don't realize so many people are so emotionally caught up in the drama that they so caught up in the gospel, they so caught up in the drama that they even even the hatred. I mean, when you call yourself, I'm a Christian and I love God and I'm this and that, and then you say, I wish they blew his head off. I don't know why God spent. What type of energy is you got? And you call yourself a man of God? I can't see it. You too emotionally attached. You are so caught up in a situation of a man that even regardless, you got so much fear. God, the God I know, don't give me, I ain't talking about y'all, me, the spirit of fear. That's in the word. That's in the book y'all holding straight. So if you got any type of fear, somehow that ain't God to me. I don't know what that is. That's the enemy, the devil, or whatever, but fear is an illusion. So why is y'all so scared of what's getting ready to happen? If it was going to happen, it was already put in Revelation. It's supposed to happen. So why are you so tense and scared? If he was to win, what's the problem? That's what I'm saying. We get caught up in so much emotional gospel that if it's meant to happen, it's going to happen. If I was to die, I can't live forever. You got to die. It's just supposed to happen. Some things going to move and happen that way. Everything they've been saying going to happen has been happening. And we in a moment of fear, and the gospel is putting us in more fear. Some of the gospel. Go ahead.
Well, going back to the political candidates, I mean, the whole thing about that is to try to bring people to the side, to each other, one of the other side, so that they can feel like they're well informed. But like I've always said, we went from being well informed to just having a popularity contest about who can act out the most and get the most daggone most cheers and jeers from somebody when you slinging mud at one another. That's what it's all about, trying to get. It's a big show. Everybody's all the world's a stage. That's what, as the thespians say. Everybody here to see a big performance. Clap and cheer for the best performer. Yeah, you did a great job. Congratulations, kudos. Yeah, and that's all it is. At the end of the day, the best performer will be crowned. They will get their nice seat on the throne and provide a whole 4 years of show for everybody they're gonna be entertained with.
I think what kind of brings the incites a level of fear in people that have no perspective and no spiritual foundation. I think for those that are emotionally attached, right? You have two different candidates. You have one candidate who's a former president who is not a political person at all. I mean, he has no type of political savviness. He's not strategic at all. He's limited in his vocabulary and his insight. His views are tunnel, and he has a whole aura. He has a whole aura of chaos surrounding him. And then you have this female candidate for president, African American female candidate, graduate of a HBCU, member of a Divine Nine candidate who is sharp, like she's smart, intelligent, who has a kind of chaotic past herself. So I think the diversity in the candidates and what they represent and what they're trying to bring to the table, or what their different platforms they're running, I think that kind of brings about, a certain level of fear to those who put everything, who totally think their lifestyle depends on who's in office. You're gonna pay $5 a gallon for gas, or you're gonna be cool paying $3.50 a gallon of gas. I mean, everybody, I was in a grocery store one day, and the wife complained about the price of some frozen vegetables. And her husband said, well, you can thank your president for that. And I laughed because it was funny to me. I mean, it's a lot of things that go into a lot of things. You're going to blame one man because a pack of frozen mixed vegetables that used to be $2.95 3-4 years ago is now $5.95. We can't have inflation. Like, it's the basic things, you know. People are separated because you have people supporting Trump, and you have people that support the other side. Like, friendships, houses separated. Like, it is bananas. So, I mean, I think, the gossip for one side is the only thing he can do to combat someone that's really sharp. Like, he can't debate against. He doesn't have the smarts or intelligence at all to try to go against, Kamala at all. He's just, he's inferior. Now, personally, I'm not really impressed by either one. Personally, I mean, no one is speaking to what I think needs to be spoken to. Nobody's addressing what I think needs to be addressed. So, but that's another conversation for another time. But
like I told you, it's just a popularity contest, man. We've come into that type of climate. I mean,
because it's still a system put in place that overrides their voice. It's still a system put in place that just makes them a scapegoat. So why we get all in an uproar and get uptight about it is, it's kind of baffling to me. But it is what it is. People struggling so we can have this right. So we can participate and be a part of the process. I plan on being a part of the process. But it's just the gossip surrounding it. Like,
I just think because people, it's the biggest. It's the election for the next leader of this country. I was about to say free world, but
that's what it is, bro. That's what it is. One ain't gonna be free if one get in there. And tell you that now.
I mean, I hear you.
Freedom ain't free. If what you would consider freedom, right?
Yeah, it's definitely a call for
it.
We got a comment from Dion Boone. Dion Boone. I tell people all the time, I believe in myself so much that I could care less if they put a frog in office. I'm going to be successful and take care of those around me.
You're exactly right, D. No flaws. Exactly right, bro. That's what it is, man. Success and failures is all in the effort you put out. You get back what you put out there. If you plan to be successful, you will be successful if you follow your plan. I'm a firm believer. If you involve God in your process and put him at the forefront of your process, I believe if you put God at the forefront of your process, then prosperity or success, or what you consider to be prosperous and successful, is on the horizon for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, that's very interesting because, like I said, I know we're talking about a presidential and all the negativity in the gospel, because every time I go out, somebody's either or, I'm gonna hear either side, and I just, no matter who you talk to, everybody got to get their view of how they feel about the president. And a lot of times I just sit there and listen, and they ask me a question, are you voting? And I'll be like, I'm not really into it like that. I mean, I haven't found who I feel should be in office. Just like, these the only two options I got. And then they're like, you need to vote. And I'm like, 9 times out of 10, if I vote, because you trying to convince me to vote, it probably won't even be who you want me to vote for. So my vote, probably wouldn't even count on your side anyway. Because if it, even on a ballot, regardless, them two is going to be somebody else on that ballot, I might look at the underdog. I might you know what? It's a long shot. I'll vote for the underdog. For real. I mean, I did it before. I'm being free. I have did it before. Instead of picking the main two, I looked at the underdog. I'm getting the underdog my vote. It's just that. Why? Because if I don't feel something, why should I do something? If I don't like them,
I think everybody's entitled.
But everybody wants, they want you to do what they want you to do. it's so much gospel going on that I got a free mind.
I was gonna say that,
to think what I want to think. You know what I'm saying? And if I don't do it, it's a problem. And if I do it, it's a problem. So it's like, why do you even waste your energy and breath trying to convert me to whatever? If you a Muslim, why are you trying to convert me? If you a Buddhist, why are you trying to convert me? If you a Trunker, why are you trying to convert me? If you're a Harrisist, why are you trying to convert me? Let me do my own research and vote who freely with a clear mind, without being persuaded, without being manipulated, to choose the person I desire. If I don't desire neither one of them, that's my prerogative. It's not that, don't try to talk to me and make me see the light that you see. If you fell off the horse for hers, that's good. If you fell off the horse for Trump and the voice talked to you, that's good, but it didn't happen to me. That's all I'm saying.
I hear what you're saying. But every day you turn on your radio, your TV.
I don't turn it on, big. I don't even look at news, man.
You turn on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. An ad is the same thing. It's the influence.
Man, I don't. I
swear,
I mean, that's if your mind is weak enough to be influenced by whatever is put in front of you. As an informed voter or whatever in life, if you stay informed, then you're going to make rational decisions based off of how you interpret the information that's put in front of you.
And most people don't have that.
Saying?
Well, call me Grizzly Adams. I'm out there in the wilderness in the forest with a big bear called Ben. I don't know what's going on around y'all in America.
Well, I mean,
me and Ben out there catching fish. I'm playing with the bear. I don't know who's running the country.
If that's what you decide to do, that's what you decide to do.
I'm so living that I ain't
everybody chooses
to watching what's going on. I'm living my life. Life is too short to be caught up in emotion, stuck in the twilight zone with Beavis and Butthead running for president. I am living.
How do you first of all take what's informative and decipher from the gossip? Like, how do you protect yourself from being involved in gossiping? Because sometimes a general conversation between four brothers on a Monday night over YouTube kind of turns into gossip.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Some may say they just having a conversation and putting it out there, but we're actually perpetrating what we're talking about. How do you protect yourself? How do you disassociate yourself from, I'm gonna say, negative gossip? Because you have to label it. You have to label it.
Well, see, you just said it right there, like disassociation, and I'm not saying in a sense of cutting people off, but when it comes to really, you talk about you in the midst of somebody talking or a group talking, you say, hey, look, I don't know if that's really me. That's kind of for me. So let me kind of like slide on to the left, or just kind of like, hey, I'm just going about my way. Y'all have a good day or whatever. I'm just gonna do me and going about my way, because I'm not trying to be the one that's stirring the pot, because a lot of people, when you in the midst of that, it creates that what's that gumption from that person talking. They're like, oh yeah, I got them locked in, so I can just keep on talking and building up on it, because it's all about, hey, I'm in that moment. I got that moment. I got them. So let me go ahead on and do that. But like I said,
what about the impact that it has on the subject of the gossip?
But look, I'm gonna say this.
You did what I'm saying? Like the impact that it has on the subject, on the person that the gossip is about. You know what I mean?
I'm gonna say this because you're making a great point. A lot of times, if you tune in to television, social media, it's very hard to avoid being caught up in it. Because like they say, they draw you in. And the thing is, I don't know Trump. I haven't sat in his house. I haven't been with him or walked around to see things. So all I can do is go off what they tell me he's a racist, he's doing this, he's doing that, he's doing. In my reality, I know Trump supported Jesse Jackson. In my reality, I know Trump, if I'm not mistaken, I know he was messing with a black model. I know he was engaged to her. I think he was engaged to her from 86 to like 90. In my reality, he hung around Mike Tyson. He hung around Oprah Winfrey. He had Michael Jackson. He was there in the courts with Michael Jackson. In my reality, I seen him even with Jennifer Hudson when she died. He sent her private plane to her. In my reality, even like they said, even when Manson Mandela got out of jail, he sent the plane.
Who did you say?
Trump. In my reality,
you mean when Jennifer Hudson's mom got died?
Yeah, they said something about he sent the plane.
Okay.
So like what I'm saying is, I just never really, because me, Big, and we was in the thing. We went to see Trump. He didn't act racist at the thing, and he spunk. He was a inspirational speaker, and I listened to him because he was a millionaire, and everybody liked it Trump until he started running for president. Then all this hatred came. So it's like I don't get caught up in the narrative of what everybody say, and I don't know that lady. So whatever information I get off on this hers, I don't know her at all. I have been more correspondent with Trump than I have with her. So it's like any negativity that somebody said, I'm learning from social media because I haven't rather paid her any attention. I haven't been in Oakland where she was at. I don't know about the laws she passed. I don't know how many people she done locked up for minor crimes. I only go by what social media and the gospel is telling me. But if I don't never looked at that and I don't never look at none of that and don't know these people, you got a terrible ground of information that you got people coming up to you whispering in one ear, people coming up to you whispering in another ear, and we don't personally know these people. We only know what they saying on TV. Because for me to say he came in my face and called me an N and spit in it, then I'm like, man, you must hate. I'm gonna look at Trump like that. But I actually, with my own 2 ears, maybe he has. I have not heard him call a black man and cuss him out like that. And you know what I'm saying? I don't know this. So it's like, I'm not a Trump. First of all, to let people know, I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm not. I don't care if he win. I don't care if he don't. It ain't going to move me because I keep telling people one thing. Since I've been black in America and since I've been born, I haven't ever seen a president that was in office change my life in any physical form. Changed it to a point that I was Will Smith, the Prince of Bel-Air, and I had to love him and brag about him 24/7. I never seen him say, tomorrow you black, I just ain't seen him change my life like that. So when you tell me gas going up, we're gonna do this and this gonna stop, my mind is already tuned in that regardless who's in office, it's gonna happen. They've been broadcasting this in my life since I came through the flesh through the womb of my mama. Since I could think and hear, I've been hearing every atrocity was gonna happen, has slowly been happening, regardless if she's in office and she back in office or whoever coming up next. Before I hit the dirt, some of this gonna happen. So you just worried about one man. If they get executed, if he don't make it in office, what's gonna stop the next one coming in and doing it? And this is the craziness to me that people are so emotionally attached to this one situation. I really don't want them to win, and I want to see everything happen through somebody else so people can still sit around and look silly and looking at each other and complaining. And don't complain if you vote. Keep your mouth shut, because I'm telling you, if you vote and you're around me and I know who you voted for and the thing twisted, don't get mad if I take a 4x4 and crack you upside your head. Don't complain around me. Don't complain. Because I ain't going to complain either or. Who win or not, I'm not going to complain. But if you voted and it don't go the way you want it to, don't complain. Sit there and take it. That's all I'm saying.
So
not the Home Depot special.
you said honey, like that's all I'm saying.
That's all I'm saying.
I think I'm gonna be real frank right now. For the performance that was given during Trump's run, there were some things that got done. And this is like with every president. Some things got done, some things didn't get done. But I've never heard people in someone's cabinet come out and speak against them. I've never seen a president be so unpresidential they were begging him to get out there and speak to those people that was breaking the walls down and climbing all on top of the Capitol. His people were begging him to go out there and to stop those people because he fueled them up and got them in there. Now we know if those people had any drop of a different shade in them, it would have been tanks and helicopters and all kinds of things out there.
We don't move like that.
Man.
I said
They not like us.
We don't move.
But look, just before what Big just said, I'm gonna ask you one dumb question. Did anybody pay attention when that had happened and they went into that Capitol? How did the news reporters go in there with cameras with them? Did they break a crime going inside? Was this staged? Like, I feel like when he got shot by the ear was staged. And if I'm in the Capitol and I know a girl flew up close to the Capitol with her car and they gunned her down, you mean to tell me I'm not going to protect the Capitol? And sure, it's like if I go to Fort Knox and it's all gold there, I'm just going to walk in there and ain't nothing going to happen. So these cats with a camera, with a news reporter, can just walk in there and everybody's being filmed and they're marching with these horns and all this crazy stuff. And ain't not one person bust a cap. Make that make sense.
Oh no, somebody bust a cap. That girl that was almost inside of the chamber, she got shot and killed on the spot.
Yo, let me say.
Did they have a big funeral for on TV and everything?
Say again?
They had a big funeral and everything and all that, or it was just said on TV.
It was shown. You didn't see it?
No, I didn't see it. I was so caught up with the man with the horns. I ain't see none of that.
Hey, listen.
I ain't see none of it.
Hey, check this out, though. Check this out. And this is the thing that got a lot of people. Chris, you are wild, bro. Listen. The thing that should take precedent over everything is the fact that he had influence enough to have people
looking like Braveheart
run, attack the Capitol. Bruh, he almost instigated a full-out coup.
A coup. Now, and they were going after his vice president.
And it's the thing, like,
under him for 3.5 years.
Bro, we had a president still in election, right? We had a president still in election. We had a president orchestrate planes flying in the buildings. We never had a president so mad, have people wound up so tight that he didn't win, that they actually attacked the capital of their own country. Bro, we was as a country, we was looking wild. And Chris, yo, it could have been staged. I ain't even
talking about that. When you said he stole election, that's the hilarious thing.
You won't say it.
I'm not Trump. Not Trump.
I know who you're talking about, bro.
We talking about Bush. You remember what Bush stole election?
Yeah, I would say Bush took it, but even with Trump, the reason is hilarious is because we already know from the Bush situation, no matter when the Russians helped Trump and all that old crazy stuff, we know it's electoral votes. No matter, because Hillary beat Trump. Hillary literally had the popular votes. She beat Trump, but he won through the electrical votes. All the popularity votes. But see, that's the system. That's why I say it. I can't see how Bush. Now I'm with him on Bush because we went to bed and Gore was partying, had showgirls and everything, and everybody was dancing, popping champagne. He got his rock song. Yeah, he was doing good. I woke up. It was a misunderstanding. The votes got a miscount. I'm like, what the world?
They had to go pick them ballots up from the cemetery, bro. They went pick them ballots up from the cemetery, man.
We was misinformed. That was
a couple of weeks, Chris. It wasn't overnight. Yeah, because we had woke up. We didn't have no president.
I went to bed with Gore winning that night, and when I woke up, it was a misunderstanding. And then we had to wait for some missing votes in Florida
It
where
was
Bush
like-
brother
it was
was
like
at.
a
That's
few
all.
Where his brother was.
And then when it came to that, the electoral votes came and Bush won.
It was a
Wow,
few
make
weeks,
that make
yeah.
sense back, man. And that right then, when I seen America didn't stand up for that, everything goes to me right there.
Let me
I love it.
just say something real quick, little public service announcement, man. You know, we talking about gossip, man. Just people out here, just be mindful of what you pass off. If somebody tell you something about somebody else or a situation, investigate the situation first and get the facts before you share it with anyone else. I don't care what it is. I don't care who it's about. But, you know, always protect the people around you because you will want the same thing for yourself. So be mindful. You know what I mean? Be mindful and careful about what you say.
True.
Go
What
ahead,
you just
Shine. I
said,
see your
Ro.
finger, Shine.
Well, I know you're trying to end this, but what Ro just said, the biggest thing is to go do your research. No matter what I say, anybody say up here, we joke and we talk like this anyway. But to make sure before you present anything, it's better to have facts. So it's kind of hard to say because we only thinking, or we some people say believe I believe in something. So we had a conversation last week on that. But this is my thoughts, and find out the facts before you even go with anything.
Indeed. Shout out to Mr. 300, B. Jones.
No doubt.
300.
I want to do some gossiping. All right. I want to gossip about our Churchland Alumni Committee. I want to gossip about them. You know what I mean? But this good scuttlebutt here. I want to acknowledge their relentless work and efforts to make a successful alumni homecoming weekend for us as a whole. I want to acknowledge the committee that I was on. I want to acknowledge their work and effort and how they brought about a good weekend for all of us. And I want to shout out, of course, everyone on. I wish I would have put the everybody's names up there, but I mean, I want to say that all of them did a fantastic job. I want to shout out. I'm not gonna say names, but I'm gonna shout out. They'll know who I'm talking about. I want to shout out the motivator for pushing everybody. I want to shout out our spiritual leader for leading us in prayer. I want to shout out the administrator for doing her thing, making sure everything came out good. And I just want to let them know that, hey, y'all got the support on here as well. So just know, hey, we love y'all and we thank y'all for y'all efforts.
Outstanding job.
Hey, luckily it's on the Grammy because we would start rolling the credits on you right there.
Yeah.
So,
but look, I would like to thank Ro for being here tonight. You know, he's the other fourth person on this. You know, our fourth person always speaks on the show, man. So everybody give Ro a clap her hand for dropping his wisdom tonight.
Thank you, Ro.
JJ Dillon.
I was soft in the mug, man. God dang.
JJ Dillon.
Before you go, man.
Gonna call himself.
It ain't but one more thing.
You go out?
What's that?
You got something to say before we go off?
Oh man, if you stay ready, you don't have to get ready. Get established.
Peace.
This has been a Get Established show with Shine, Big, Chilla, and our guest in for D Jones, Big Ro. We appreciate y'all tuning in and being with us and being active in the chat, being active in the community as well. And thank you so much. We'll see you next week. And we'll have a rousing topic next week. Want y'all to come in and participate and just understand that we are here for y'all. With that and all, this has been the Get Established show. Peace.
Peace.